Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of the show. I'm Gwen, and we're all here to create an awesome life. I am very excited to record this episode because I am on the precipice. That's the $1 million word today of entering into a new life era, into the mom, into the parent era. How many times in your life do you know you're on the edge of walking into something completely new? That is both awesome and terrifying and fun and exciting and wild and shocking. Like, what's going to happen? Well, let me share with you a little update because I've been so appreciative of folks checking in on me on the whole pregnancy journey, especially now as I'm coming up to the end of it. And I really wanted to share this because there have been people who I know are curious about pregnancy, are curious about in the inquiry for themselves about, do I want to become a parent? Is this what I want to do? And I just wanted to share with you in this episode 8 lessons learned over the last 9 months of this pregnancy journey, and just share transparently of what some things that have surprised me and some things that not surprised me, but just knocked me over the head as a reminder in life. So whether you care about parenthood or not, maybe there's something in some of these lessons as just simple reminders to take better care of yourself. So let's get right into it. Number one, lesson learned in this pregnancy journey is listen to your body. I remember, if you're new to this journey of mine, I basically got pregnant shortly after I got laid off from my full-time job making courses, also running a course business on the side, but laid off from my full-time job, created some space in my life, and I got pregnant shortly after. Something I don't think I've talked much about is I was also working with a yogi meditation spiritual guide woman named Elisa, who really helped me move from my brain into my body. Because I feel like once I got laid off, my mind was just whirling. I was just living up here. I had joined after getting laid off. Within 24 hours, basically got hired as a course director for an amazing course I got to help make. And I just was spinning in my mind. I needed to get back into the body because the body has so much wisdom to share. It's always talking to us. It's always telling us, hey, maybe you should sit down and take a rest. Or, hey, maybe you shouldn't eat those foods. Or, hey, maybe you should meditate or go for a walk. And I really, through this pregnancy journey, have been truly, strongly encouraged to listen to my own body every step of the way. And I just remember there have been times when I was not listening to it or trying to ignore it, but really couldn't. Like, for example, when I was in my first trimester, the first couple months of being pregnant, I was somebody that experienced that morning sickness, that just general queasiness all the time. And um, I remember it was actually the first time I watched Game of Thrones, which is not a new show, but I was actually watching it because I couldn't really move. And I was like, well, time to watch Game of Thrones. But just kind of like lying on the ground, trying to get comfortable, couldn't figure it out. Um, but yeah, just what I'm trying to say is sometimes you just can't move and you got to accept it. And that's where I was at. And so, and even now, as now where tomorrow, I'm going in to the hospital and I believe I'll be coming back with the baby after tomorrow. I really am about to embark on a journey where listening to my body is more important than ever before. Having a baby, there's going to be some wild stuff I think that my body is going to go through, which I am in total denial of right now, of the pain or sickness. I don't know what's going to come, what's going to happen. But I really am just truly hoping that I can just live in the body, listen to the body going through this experience. So the second thing I learned is to really appreciate my energy and my just life abilities in general. Now, when I say energy, I have been fairly tired most of this pregnancy, and tired where no coffee can really lift me up. And I only kind of had like pockets of time where I could be really productive because I did work on my business throughout the entire pregnancy. And um, I just really came to realize how important it is to appreciate your energy and take those rests and intend to fuel your body as best you can. There were times where I was eating late at night and literally would just like puke because I couldn't keep food down, and knew that wasn't going to help my energy or my sleep levels. But it just over, and now as I'm going to be raising a newborn, I can imagine energy levels are going to be more important than ever before. So just cultivating that energy, cultivating that rest has been such a great lesson learned, and just being thankful for those moments where it's like, hey, like even right now, being able to record a podcast. Usually I'm fast asleep at this time of day, nap time, but the energy is good. So I'm honoring it, and I'm excited to just have it grow through recording right now. Lesson number 3 is there will be bad days. Let them pass. There were some days where your girl was just lying in bed, watching Netflix. There was stuff to do, couldn't get it done, felt terrible about it, felt like lazy and just like I'm wasting time. And I would consider it like a quote bad day. But isn't it interesting that after a couple of bad days, you can wake up on a Monday morning and start fresh? That is such a great reminder to just remind yourself that this too shall pass. This too shall pass. You're not stuck where you are right now forever. Something's got to give. And just get some more sleep, start eating things that feel a little bit better for you. Do just the fundamentals, get some fresh air, even if it's like 10 steps outside, or you're just sitting outside feeling the sun on your face. Do something that just slightly gets you out of that stuck despair rut. Because I had a couple of them over the last 9 months, and it sucks. So if you're there right now, just do some tiny things, move you back in the direction, because you know how good it feels when you are in your zone, when you are happy, when you don't care what anyone else is doing, when you are just 100% you. That is the vibe. Number 4 is seek solutions, don't focus on problems. So say when I had my morning sickness, it really felt like it was really an all-consuming problem. It's like I can't do anything without feeling totally nauseous. And at first I was like, I'm just going to power through. This is what people do. This is what they did in the olden days. You just power through. But you know what? Right now it's 2023 and there are solutions. And I've reached out to 2 of my sisters who have babies, and one of them, they told me about this drug. It's called the Clectin. Not a doctor. I don't know if I should recommend it, but it helped me survive some rough morning sickness times. And just knowing that if you're in, a lot of pain, if life is extremely stressful, how can we brainstorm solutions versus just focusing and complaining about the problem? So as I go into this next stage of life, I'm really going to intend to be in solution mode more than focusing and drilling down on the problem. Number 5 is accept help. Yeah, this is going to be a good one going into this next era. But even today, so I went to the hospital this morning to get an ultrasound. I got to go back tonight to get some kind of move this process of baby along. And my fierce independence strikes at first, right? Because I need to get back to the hospital at a certain time. I don't have a car here. I was like, oh, it's no problem. I'll just Uber. And Josh, husband, sweet, darling husband, he cannot drive me because he is out at work. So I think my first thought is, oh, just Uber there. And then my second thought is, My darling mother-in-law would love to support me, would love to help. Why not ask? Why not accept the help? Reached out to her. She was like, I would love to help. I would love to drive you. Thank you for asking. Like, wow, Gwen, there are people that want to help you, that are willing to help. And so accept the help. So this is going to be for all my fiercely independent ladies and my people out there who don't want to accept help. We need to just humble ourselves. We're humans. We need connection. We need support. And so accepting help is something that I am really going to be focusing on in this new era and in life. Number 6, follow your intuition. Oh, this is the move, honestly. You know what the truth is? Throughout this pregnancy, I'm like a learning gal. I make courses, I spend money on courses. I want to learn. I'm always trying to learn. For some reason, I could not get myself to sign up for any classes for baby stuff. I just, my intuition was nothing was speaking to me, nothing was grabbing me, and I refused to force it. And it feels so bizarre for me to say, because it's like, this is the biggest thing you'll ever have to learn. Like, are you not going to a class? I am really interested in seeing how my intuition does through the whole birth process, through the baby process. Of course, I'm going to seek solutions if there's, red flags, but I'm just very interested in intuition these days, especially as I believe I've talked about on the podcast before. We are moving from the information age. We were in the industrial era, the information age. We're moving into the intuition age where we can just know answers to things. When we feel into it, we know what's best for ourselves. And even as I've been creating a birthing plan, I don't know what the right answers are, but it's all about leaning in and feeling what feels like the right thing for me in the moment. And just having the best answer you can, but being flexible with it. My next lesson learned is keep connected to your past life. And what I mean by that is over the last 9 months, we're in a couple of different online communities. One was called the Grow Class Gather membership, which was a marketing membership. One was the support system, which was a lot about more spirituality and creating the life you really want, being really intentional about creating your life. And I really want, as I enter this new era, to not completely lose everything about my past self, still stay connected in some ways, but really stay connected to the things that give me energy versus what doesn't. So, especially if you're someone who is like becoming an entrepreneur, you got laid off from your job, maybe you're not feeling, you're feeling isolated. That is the worst, because I have been an entrepreneur before my last full-time job, a solopreneur, and I was so miserable because no one was checking in on me. I was single. No one was like really checking in unless it was clients, or I became that person who went to get a coffee and was just excited that the barista was like asking how my day was without wanting anything in return. So stay connected. Don't isolate yourself is huge. I think that'll be huge too as I enter mom life. And number 8 is simply to enjoy the process. Really attempt to enjoy where you are right now. Over the last 9 months, there's been times where I just glazed over the fact that I was pregnant. And even now, it's still kind of a little bit in denial of what the heck is happening. But I think I've been the happiest and healthiest I've been probably in my entire life over these last 9 months of just being at a slower pace of life, leaning into my feminine energy, leaning into being more nurturing and caring for myself, going for more walks, meditating more, just really trying to get back to my true nature, which is love and happiness and really trying to spread that as well. So, wherever you are in your process in life, if you can find a way to just really feel like you're exhaling and really find a way to get back to your true nature, and your true nature just feels like you feel like natural, like you can walk into a room, be yourself, the clothes you're wearing feel right, you just feel comfortable in your skin. That's what we're going for. So I'm very excited to embrace a new mom nature very soon. But again, not trying to force anything or look too far in the future, and just embrace where I am right now. So that's what I got for you, the 8 lessons learned over this journey. And I am very appreciative that you listened, and I will be sharing probably some updates on Instagram, or join my email list where I'll be sharing more updates as well. But just want to say that I appreciate it if you would send me some positive vibes, no matter when you're listening to this. It could be 6 months from now, it could be the day it comes out, but I accept all positive vibes, all messages. And yeah, we're just really excited we're on the same path together of wanting to create an awesome life. So thank you so much for listening. I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day and take extremely good care of yourself.